Now, the Tuesday just gone, 14th of March, a historic game happened that some of you might not even have known about or even noticed. League 1, AFC Wimbledon, played MK Dons for the first time at Kingsmeadow. So, AFC Wimbledon and MK Dons is probably the most unique rivalry in the world. Long story short, I say short, 2003, a guy called Pete Winkleman manages to move Wimbledon FC to the National Hockey Stadium in Milton Keynes. The FA weren't happy about this, and neither were Wimbledon fans, who in the Fox and Grapes pubs on Wimbledon Common drowned their sorrows in a couple of pints and came up with the idea of AFC Wimbledon. AFC Wimbledon held trials for anyone who was keen and found a ground, Kingsmeadow, which they still use. They shared it with Kingstonian, who are now in the Isthmian League. In their first ever season, finished third. Next season, won 42 out of 46, drew the other 4, so unbeaten, won the league, promoted. Meanwhile, in Milton Keynes, Pete Winkleman has changed the club's name, changed its logo, changed its colours, and their Wimbledon FC, now dead and called MK Dons. However, this new AFC Wimbledon just keep winning and going up and up. They won the Isthmian League by 9 points in their first try, then in the league above. After 2 playoff semi-final losses, they won the playoffs, beat Hornchurch 3-1 and then beat Stainstown 2-1 in the final. That made them find themselves in the Conference South, which they won at the first try, making them members of the National League, as it's called now, the conference as it was then. It was the first real mid-table finish in 2010 in the conference, but then the next season they won the playoffs, beat Fleetwood at 8-1 over 2 legs, and then beat Luton on penalties at the Etihad. So AFC Wimbledon had done what no one thought they'd do, and they're a Football League club. After a couple relegation scraps, they were seen as not really that hard to beat. They'd always finished lower mid. They became underdogs in that league in 2015-16 and won the playoffs, beat Plymouth 2-0 at Wembley. Akinfenwa scored. But during the League 2 days, they played MK Dons 3 times in 3 competitions, all at Stadium MK, where MK Dons moved in 2007. MK Dons won the first meeting between the 2 clubs in the FA Cup 2012, but a couple of years later MK Dons won again in the League Cup 3-1, but in the Johnson's Paint Trophy at Stadium MK, Wimbledon got the first win against MK Dons and won 3-2. But 2016-17 saw the 2 clubs in the same league for the first time. The first one was played at Stadium MK and MK Dons won 1-0 thanks to a penalty in Robbie Nielsen's first game as manager. But March 14th saw MK Dons visit Kingsmeadow for the first time, and it was going to be one hell of a night. Now, even before the game, a storm was brewing. Pete Winkleman wasn't allowed in the hospitality and had to watch from the away end. The scoreboard refused to say MK Dons, proving who AFC Wimbledon thought were the one and true only Dons. I covered up the final result to not spoil it for those who didn't see it. Even more, MK Dons' logo wasn't even on the match day programme. So the game kicks off, Roger Rees refereeing, over 4,000 there. First half, nout happened. No bookings, no goals. 15 years of hype for this game, and crap first half. Now, whatever Neil Ardley said at half time obviously worked. 62 minutes, cross comes in from Lyle Taylor, headed down, Jake Reeves, left foot volley, brilliant volley, into the corner, 1-0 Wimbledon. History was going to happen. They'd waited 15 years for this night, and it was happening, and it wasn't getting any better. But 10 minutes later, it did get better. Lyle Taylor just went on a rampage through the MK Dons defence. Right foot shot, drilled, bottom corner, Kingsmeadow erupted. It erupted. Nothing else happened after that, apart from a couple of bookings and substitutions. So it finished 2-0. A night that no AFC Wimbledon fan will forget. And a match that will live on in the history of that club. Now I think as this rivalry goes, if you're not an MK Dons fan, then you want Wimbledon to win it. Pretty much, I think everyone who's not a loyal MK Dons supporter wants Wimbledon to win every game in this rivalry. The story of AFC Wimbledon is amazing. Leicester-esque. Obviously not as big as Leicester, but the ride was unreal and unbelievable. And apart from the promotions, in fact even including the promotions, this match was probably the biggest night in the rise of AFC Wimbledon.